Hi, beautiful people. Welcome to your reading. Before we're heading over to the actual reading for your sign, I just quickly have an announcement for everyone because I felt guided to do a giveaway again. It's been some time since I gave away free reading, so I thought, okay, you know what? Let's do this. It's almost my birthday season as well, so it's my gift to you guys. So if you would like to participate, and want to win this free reading, you can leave a comment underneath, this video. Just integrate word free giveaway of reading or something like that, so I know that you're not just leaving a comment but you also actually want to participate into the reading. You can entrance this giveaway till the 20th of June, and then I'll announce the winner of the reading on June 21st on the community page. Also, of course, make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and that you hit the like button, because that's all I'm asking. All right, let's head over to your reading. Hi Cancers, welcome to your June reading. I am back with the monthlies right before our season. June. So happy early birthday to my fellow Cancerians out there, especially the June Cancers. We'll get to our season and we'll talk about it and we dive deeper into it in the next one. But first we have to deal with some 12th house energy. We gotta go through Gemini season. So it is a month where we sort of prepare ourselves to change shells, get ourselves a new and improved shell. But we first need to see like what are the things that we want to change about the one we have right now. I don't know if you guys hear it, but it was the click of the fan turning off. I had it on a timer. Just wanted to make sure that it didn't cause too much background noise. But it's also quite warm in here. So, a lot of information. Let's just jump into your reading. Hope you guys are doing well. We haven't checked in for quite some time. But, as a Cancerians, we have been in connection to the world, but the world have also definitely been in connection with us, meaning that we have felt the effects and the push and the pulls and the things and the ups and the downs. And trying to navigate through it really took some time, and it might still take some time, and obviously things will continue to happen and life will continue to life. But I do really feel that we are about to be called upon this new, like step into this new cycle, like start a new beginning. It's really, and that's the thing, we hear a lot about new beginnings and a new cycle and a new thing and a new chapter and, blessings and all of that. But it is sometimes we go through these phases where we might have actually integrated new things, and we might have actually integrated new ways of looking at things or handling things or trying it, but still sort of on the same pathway, still on the same road, or keeping something with us and then being open for change, but we want to keep this here, and I'm seeing like it is really something more foundational, something more connecting to something that is just a big part of you, whether it could be something like your health, for example, and maybe you have like certain issues with your weight, and obviously that comes in many stages, but maybe on a certain stage where you really really want to make like that turnaround, and you're going to maybe need something in order to really get you there. So it is starting a new life with focusing in on something so fundamental, so for example, when it comes to relationships, trying to continue to find new ways and other options and all of that, but maybe it is supposed to open up and step into a new space without the relationship, instead of continue to bring in new energy into the relationship in order to keep it as a in your foundation, in your world. So that is what I'm feeling, and I feel like you guys as a Cancerian, you don't quit easily. You don't just stop, and you don't just give up easily. You will continue to bring in new energy, and like looking at it and working with it. It's not like you are completely like stagnant in it. Like, it's not really a Cancerian nature to just completely like sit still and like, just allow it to continue to happen in a certain way, even though it makes us feel it in a way, makes us feel a way, or whatever way, shape, or form. But still having the level of commitment and having a level of loyalty to continue to try and make a change, continue to try and make it better, continue and try to heal it, or bring it back to what it was, or bringing it to a new stage, or reaching a goal. So sometimes we intend to loop a little bit in that space, because we feel that if we just try hard enough, we can make sure we can keep it around, we can make it happen, and we can make it work. And it takes a lot of determination, and it takes a lot of commitment to do that, because a lot of other signs, a lot of other people, they would have already throw in the towel, right? It's the way they say it, way before that. But it's not a Cancerian nature to choose that as an option. If it's a fundamental thing, if it's not a fundamental thing, and it's not something that has found its grounding yet in your inner circle, in your shell, it's easier to say like, oh no, I'm moving sideways, no, it can't touch me, can't catch me. But once it it becomes a part of you and your essence in that way, and becomes a part of that inner circle that you write for, and you go hard for, it's sometimes harder to come to the conclusion that it is not supposed to be fixed, it's not supposed to be healed, it's not supposed to stay. And there is a level of confusion that comes with that, because there's so much more questions and answers that arise in that space. But at one point, you are, as a cardinal energy, you gotta move on, you got to move forward. You can't stay in that stagnant energy, because that's just not your nature. It doesn't mean that it cannot linger. It doesn't mean that you cannot think about it, or that you can't remember certain details years and years later. No, but you will continue to try and move forward, try to make things, make it better, and try to take on this new journey. And that's what I'm feeling. That's something that I'm feeling on, like, an intuitive level. It's like, yeah, we knew this was coming, but I also knew that it was gonna take June, July, August to really set that into motion for us. So let's see what else is coming through for you guys. So we have the World card for my Cancers, the Moon, of course. Yeah, we have to look at the other side of things with the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm gonna get a couple more cards out, because they definitely are Queen of Pentacles. So it could be an earth sign energy, Pisces energy coming through, even though Pisces obviously a water sign, but it's earth signs including Pisces energy. Opposite of Pisces is, Virgo. There we go. Yeah. It's not easy to deal with the emotions once you have to go into that space and walk that pathway that you were trying so hard to avoid. Because that's the thing, you invest time and energy, because giving up is the last thing that you want. So we just try again, we try new things, we cope with it. What it is work, a career, or something. It could be many things, but it's about the acceptance of this is the end of the road with this. And like I said, if it's something superficial or whatever, like Cancers have no issue to like jump into something else or avoid it. But when it becomes a part of our quote unquote identity, it's literally the last resort or last option. And that is like actually saying, okay, I'm accepting the fact that this is not working. And therefore, even if I want it to work, even if I gave it so much of my energy to make it work, I have to come to this conclusion that it's not. And even though I don't understand the reason, I don't get it, because there are elements there that would be, that are sort of a part of like magical, and therefore why isn't it then not meant to be? But coming to the acceptance of that is tough. It's not easy. It's not impossible. It's not that it's not beneficial down the line, but that click and that shift of like, okay, this is really it. This is it for now. Maybe it's a phase. Maybe it's like I need to take this break, like cutting it off. It doesn't mean it can come back at one point, but it needs to evolve, because it's all about evolution. That's what I'm feeling. Something is suffocating a situation in your life that you are trying to just nurture and give to and try, or give it some space or give it some breathing air. But every time you come back to it, it looks maybe like you've overcome it. But then similar issues start to arise, similar patterns. It just goes back into that looping energy, and you feel that all your energy is just sort of wasted. Beautiful Strength card is showing up. Love that. Queen of Swords and the Lovers. You gotta understand that there will be people that are just simply less experienced when it comes on the emotional ground and emotional level, Cancer, such as less experience, and experience equals, knowledge and wisdom if you're willing to learn from experiences. But they're just not as emotionally intelligent as you. And it's not a competition. And it's not that maybe, we have like a lot more advantages in certain areas and other people may have a lot more advantages on the other side, because that's what we're supposed to do. We can't all be the one archetype. We all have to bring different things to the table in order for the world to, turn around. But I'm sensing that there is this I'm hearing disability. I don't even know if that's a word. The disability. I guess it's a word. We'll just use it, right? The ability, but then the opposite of that, meaning there is literally a disability for someone to understand, and therefore their truth, based on the amount that they can see, and they go about it in an analytical way, they just simply can't understand you. And therefore their truth is their truth. And how do we, not without convincing the other person of our truths and of our side of the story, being okay with that, and that you trust your truth, and that you're able to listen, but you also won't be able, they won't be able to convince you or take you away from your truth, the truth, based on all the deeper layers. So I just feel, especially with the Lovers, it's like choosing your battles really, really wisely. See what happens when we choose our battles wisely. The Four of Wands shows up with the Nine of Cups. We actually get that harmonious energy we're striving for so hard. The thing is, you've neglected a part of yourself in order to keep on bringing solutions and options and things to the table over on this side. And it's doable because it's just for a season, it's just for a moment, but when something becomes consistent fuel to keep this going, that's where you start to become attached. If we give up a part that we've, on a fundamental level, an individual level, give to provide to ourselves, but we start to give those pieces away in order to provide something that the situation is asking for in order to keep it going instead of leaving it behind, we become on another level attached to it because we are becoming dependable on that being brought back to us. Because now we are taking our ability away of providing that thing to ourselves. So we start to become dependable on that situation and then needing to succeed. And I always like to use sort of the analogy of, I don't know if you guys have ever been to a casino. I'm not here to like promote anything or whatever. The problem often, or with gambling or whatever, any form of gambling, it's like you, for example, you have 20 euros, you invest 20 and you gain, let's say 15 or something, 20. Let's say now you have 40. And then you're like, what, I can maybe double this. And then you put in like the 20, or you put in 40, you put in all, and then you lose it all. And then you're like, well, I just made my other 20 or 40, so I can get the 40 back, but just putting 20 in and then I have 40 again, but then you lose the 20 again, and then you might actually put another 20 and then you actually win like 50, and then you're like, okay, but then you're still in the minus, but then you put in the 50 and then you lose it all. So when is the moment where you're like, okay, instead of me trying to just invest a little bit more in order to either get even again or get my energy back, maybe cut your losses and be like, okay, I invested 40 or I invested 50 and that's enough. And I can live with that. But if I add another one and another one, another one, for not even knowing whether it's going to come back to me or not. Often a lot of people continue to just put in another 10 or another 10 in order to get that 50 back, or in order to get that 60 back. And that's a loop. And we do it a lot. If you have had a long-term relationship, for example, and you have had beautiful moments and things and equal give and take and all of that, and then there's this phase that kind of just becomes, instead of it just being a phase and a season and a situation, it kind of becomes more longer and longer, and kind of becomes the new normal and the new circumstance. And so the viewpoint of what we had, of what it can be and what it was, the investment then, the sacrifice that happens in that season, that then at one point becomes a really, really long period of time. So then the new existence and reality of that situation is that new normal. Basically, it continues to take things that you actually use as an investment without it actually bringing back the profit of what you truly want, which is getting it back or into a new space where it is more of that equal give and take again. And having those tough conversations with yourself and realizations, it is not to be like, oh, that's where I did this wrong, or that's what I shouldn't have done, and that's what I should do now. And it's more of like, how can we bring in new fresh energy where a little bit goes a long way. It's free of resentments and lingering issues and finding those solutions and all of that, right? It's just like a little bit goes a long way. We just have fun, we're flirting, we're happy, we're, spontaneous. It's the little bit of the, how do we get that back? Ace of Swords. Yeah, it's by cleaning it out, making a clean slate. and opening up to the unknown and making space for that with the moon as well. But especially with the Ace of Swords, it says cut it out. Two of Pentacles. Once again, I'm hearing again, see what sticks. Try it out. You don't have to instantly jump into a next level of commitment in that way with the Queen of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords is here. Yes. The Five of Swords energy. It's someone who, I don't know if you guys are dealing with an air energy, the air sign energy, and that is so, it could be the air sign within you, because maybe you guys have like a Cancer sun and like an Aquarius or a Libra rising or something. But I do feel like the air energy is coming from the air, from the mind, from the logical, analytical ways, the practical sides, and therefore they have good arguments, you know. They can all like trace it back to like logical situations and everything, but when it comes to the heart, the matters of the heart is not always, you know, logical or explainable. Sometimes it goes deeper than that, and that's why I said don't let them convince you of their truth and take it on as your own. You can respect their truth and also have respect for their ability and their limitations in that area. But that doesn't take away that you have to convince them of yours. No, you need to be grounded in your own sense of wisdom. Because I feel like it goes somewhere and then it goes left real quick, because that's the thing. It's a coping mechanism with uncomfortable energy, and then they just go in attack mode. And then they try to overrule you with words. And they feel, well, they walk all over your feelings. Because something else has a higher need for them in that situation. Doesn't say that who's right or wrong. It's about understanding that sometimes you can't meet each other at the same level, because there's things that we need to look at within ourselves that keeps us from actually getting together and sharing an equal, you know, give and take from the heart with the Two of Cups here. But what I do love is that the Magician and the Nine of Pentacles shows up, and they're letting you know, whatever you do, invest into you. Invest into building the confidence to say, this is the end and it hurts, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with seeing what's on the other side, because I am out of options. And sometimes that's what we need. We need to just continue to try and do this and that and blah blah blah, you know, until we like walk into this wall, and there's something in your nature can to that at one point something clicks, and it can take a long time. It's a very long stretch, but once you hit that point, Cancer, it's done. Because if you exhaust all the options and the other person is not budging and the other person is not coming with any solutions either, then there's this nurturing nature of protection within you that you know, you're like, instead of focusing on the union, or instead of focusing on me and in this job and me in this, you know, situation, because like I said, it might come off as I'm just talking about a love relationship, but this can go, you know, be applied in other situations as well. But the healing comes through the sense of self, the individual pathway you invested into you. With the Nine of Pentacles and the Magician, what you're leaving behind is the limitation. Because if you have to fix something that actually needs investment from two parties, like you and the job, or you and the friend, or you and the partner, and they're just in a limiting way show up for that, for their side. You can do whatever you can on your end, but it's not going to work. But then once you put in all that energy and investment into something that you can actually achieve for yourself, whether it's your healing, whether it's your growth, whether it's your daily habits, whether it's your health and your finances and your community and your, little urban garden, or learning new things, you see that actually it feels so freeing to be able to really create a project from point A to all the way to like Z or whatever Z, that you can actually finish it and it can be successful, because there's no need for another party to pull their weight in that situation. And I think you just need to win for a little bit. And I that's something that I was writing down. I was doing some automatic writing for you guys. I said, this is they say the one you win. And I instantly had to like think about Friends, because it's the one with, right? One with the wedding, the one with the breakup, the one, it was like the one you win. Because you need to win for a little bit, Cancer. You really need a season of winning. King of Wands. Yes. Now that's an energy of winning. Okay. Shining. The Fool. Here you go. Whew. Now, let's get an oracle card with that Fool energy and the King of Wands. Sometimes it's also really freeing if it's just you. And I believe that we all need a moment and a period in our life where the only person we're responsible is us. So we can like freely make mistakes, and then the only person that's really affected is, you. And therefore you learn without feeling the pressure of having to do it perfectly because someone else is depending on you. And some of us, have that at a younger age. Like you go to college and the only person you have to feed is yourself. Other people get married really young, and then, they might end up divorcing 20 years later, and then they have their season of just the only person they have to take care of is themselves. A lot of times those people have a lot of animals, so they need to eat too. Beautiful card comes up for you guys. The Serpent Queen. They say you are worthy of beautiful things, Cancer. You are worthy of beautiful things. Beautiful. You are worthy. So invest in yourself. They say divine, magnetic, and valuable. You are valuable. The thing that you bring to the table and the work that you do on a deeper cosmic level. Because I was looking at her makeup, I was like, cosmetic? It is valuable. You gotta value you first, Cancer. Magnetic. There's enough energy and season of attracting. We're not chasing, we're not depleting, we are attracting. One more card, the number 3. Infinite abundance. Obstacles are being removed, Cancer. Spiritual support and connections are increasing. Beautiful. You start to hear your own inner voice again. Maybe that's the thing that you sacrifice to keep the situation going. Too loud. I also wrote down the one you're able to let go of toxic behavior. And doesn't mean that, toxic is like a strong word, but that was the automatic writing. It showed up. But it's about the toxic behavior that turns into, something that isn't healthy for you. So I'm going to read it one more time. The one you are able to let go of toxic behavior and detach from the feeling, from the longing, sometimes when I write, I'm like, what? I'm going to read it one more time, okay? Sorry. The one you are able to let go of toxic behavior and detach from the longing to feel lovable. It's beautiful if you feel that, but it's you, it's connected to the outside, right? It's getting the validation back, and so we start to people please and sacrifice things, and throw another afternoon in the mix here and another night there, and it's a lot. And what they meant with that is that it shouldn't be the driving energy. You gotta trust that you're worthy, regardless if you are giving someone the world or not, because you show up from a level of kindness, patience, and honesty and authenticness. Like, you're authentic, therefore you are worthy and at a seat on the table. You don't have to give more or prove yourself more to feel equal to whoever. And we're not out here for no competition. It's not the 5 of Swords energy we're after. We're not in competition. We're not here to prove ourselves we're better than. It's about understanding that your energy and your time is very valuable, and therefore we should value it as such. And it starts within us. All right, gonna get one more goddess message for you. Do we have a flip or not? No. Okay. It looked like that. I saw the color blue coming through. That's why. Unleash your adventurous side. Take a risk, Cancer, and be daring. Beautiful. That comes together with that strength card energy. Be bold. Unleash your adventurous side. This situation here, this Queen of Pentacles and this Knight, definitely could use a fun adventure, okay? And take a risk. You also have the Fool card showing up in your energy together with the King of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Magician. So yeah, definitely going on an adventure. Maybe just venturing out of what we feel we need to be. All right, Cancers, once again, happy early birthday to you guys. I'll be back soon. I'll be back before your season actually starts. That's my intention that I'm setting right now for us. I'm just sending a lot of love and light, and I love you guys. I'll be back soon. Mwah. Bye, Cancer. Bye.